Hi, my name's Anna, and one of my favorite young adult novels from 2022 is Sunny G's series of Rash Decisions by Navdeep Singh Dhillon. As an Asian American reader, I love when there's diverse Asian American representation. In this book, there's Punjabi, Cambodian, Hmong characters, which are ethnicities that are typically not represented in the media at all. So I was really astonished to see such diverse characters, such diverse Asian Americans represented in this book, and I really found that so lovely. As well as the content matter of this book. This is a book about grief, about being a teen struggling with grief and learning to cope and move on. How do you process grief? How do you learn to live again? And so at that time when I was first reading this book in early 2022, I had unfortunately lost someone in my life as well to COVID-19. So reading this book really comforted me because it helped contextualize my grief, and it was so great to see my own struggles portrayed in a book. I think this book would be great for those who are dealing with something similar, and it's just overall a really fun read and so important.
Today, I'm recommending Loveless by Alice Oseman. If you've been looking for a non-traditional coming-of-age story about finding your queer identity, or have been looking for some aromantic asexual representation, this is the one for you. It'll leave you with a beautiful feeling of deep friendship and understanding, and if you've seen or read Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, it'll give you that same warm, happy feeling too.
Crushing is a story about people who want to experience love for the first time but always end up coming up short. They try what's best for other people, doing research online as well as books, without realizing that what's best for others isn't always going to be best for them. They go through different methods of dating, like using online apps or just trying to meet people, but later on in the story, they end up coming out to the conclusion that what's best for others isn't what's best for them, and they figure out what is best for them in this. There are no words in this book, so it's only pictures. So you would think that it's not very detailed in the storytelling and the character growth. However, through the different pictures and things in the environments that they use to tell the story of these characters, as well as how they progress and figure out what is best for them, it's actually very good. And there are even a few Easter eggs you can find in the book that you might get a little chuckle at while reading through the story. Even to the point where you can just stare at a page for minutes on end, just looking at and taking in all the different pieces in the environment together. Overall, I highly recommend this book, and there's a reason why it made the best of the best list.
All My Rage is a love story, a tragedy, and an infectious teenage fever dream about what home means when you don't necessarily fit in. Saladin and Noor understand each other when it seems like no one else does. Their friendship and potential romance is a life raft for them. The question of whether they can rebuild their friendship and whether they will realize their romantic feelings for each other really drives the book forward. I really love this book's ability to relate to what a teenager nowadays may feel, especially capturing the complex identity crisis that can come with being born in another country, but growing up primarily in the United States. I love this book's culture, friendship to potential love plot, but its overall ability to keep readers wanting more. You'll cry, laugh, and cheer while reading this book. A 10 out of 10 recommend.
Akishara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston is a romance, mystery, and overall queer coming-of-age story that takes place in a small town. It was a delightfully enjoyable read, and it was enthralling from start to finish. Chloe Green and Shara Wheeler hate each other. They are complete academic rivals until one day Shara kisses Chloe and then goes missing. Shara leaves cryptic letters for Chloe, and Chloe and a group of friends work together to solve the mystery. This is definitely my favorite book of 2022, and I recommend this for all readers.
Private Label features two Asian American teens, Lian and Serene, who both struggle with self-identity. Serene struggles to maintain her mom's company as she attempts to connect with her father. Lian, newly transferred, endures multiple hardships at school as he juggles his mom's pressure, forced to set aside his own pursuits. Thanks to Lian's Chinese club, they work together to aim for their goals. Will the expectations tear them apart or enhance their connection? Other read-alikes are Sunny G's series of Rash Decisions and Full Flight.
Manga Colorless features a post-apocalyptic world that has been stripped away from all of its colors due to a devastating event. The same event has changed human appearance into sort of alien-like monsters, and most of the technology were lost due to this event. Fortunately, humans remained their sanity. Our main protagonist, Avidia, over here, he is a private investigator who is secretly trying to bring color back to the world. Everything was going as he had planned perfectly until one day he discovers a girl who is in the pre-apocalyptic form. As he unveils the secrets behind her, he'll have to decide how much price is he willing to pay for his goal. Personally, I really like this manga because mangas are often found black and white. However, this one colorless, it integrates this concept into its story, which I just found to be super cool. Not to mention about the beautiful aesthetic and the interesting story. Definitely one that you should read.
You're a sci-fi fan looking to get into the holiday spirit? Well, then what better to read than a sci-fi adventure story about snow? Senna has always hated the planet she lives on, Tundar, a frozen hellscape with almost nothing going for it. The only thing it does have going for it are its natural resources, which a racer must go across this frozen tundra with a pack of wolves to get. Senna's mother was one of the best racers there were, but she was killed under suspicious circumstances. After growing up, Senna is forced to compete too after she steals a wolf from a gangster. Along her journey, she is forced to make a companionship with her wolf if she wants to survive. This was just a brief summary of my favorite book of 2022, Cold and Night, Fast to Wolves, a sci-fi snowy adventure with all kinds of twists and turns. And just like a heavy layer of snow, this book has a lot of depth. It deals with all kinds of themes, from sadness to loss and to loneliness. It also made me feel all kinds of emotions too, from being joyful to almost depressing and back again. This book had me rooting for Senna after just a couple of pages and made me really connect with her and her character. As someone who has lost a close family member before, this book does a masterful job of showing the sadness that comes with it. All in all, Cold and Night, Fast to Wolves is a must-read for any sci-fi fan and is truly one of the best of the best.
That's Debatable by Jen Dahl is the best book of the year. But wait, don't jump down my throat yet. That's Debatable is about two high school debaters that really prove that opposites attract. This book is funny, it's witty, it's feminist, it's a rom-com, it's cute, the cover is gorgeous, just look at that. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Yeah. And this book can really take you on some ups and downs. I was happy, sad, and angry a lot of the time reading this book. Jen Dahl does a phenomenal job at fleshing out her characters and making everybody seem extremely realistic. So if you want to read the best book of 2022, read That's Debatable.
The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School covers topics such as racism, homophobia, immigration, LGBTQ, and coming out. It is a very hard-tugging novel that will make you understand how difficult it is to be your authentic self through the lens of a queer Mexican teenager who goes to a Catholic school. You will encounter so many emotions such as being angry, being happy, being sad, being shocked, and cry. You're gonna cry a lot. And I really recommend you to read this book. And if you like it, you should also read Ophelia After All.
So, what are you still doing here? Go read it!